All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 1 p.m. today on Friday afternoon for your Friday edition of Elite Marketing Pro's Daily Dose of Awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education to get your day started on the right foot, ladies and gentlemen. And if this is the first time you're meeting me, just allow me to do a quick introduction. My name is Dr. Jim. I'm an Elevation member and a new mentor here in the Elite Marketing Pro community. And I'm excited to be delivering the Daily Dose of Awesome today. We're going to be talking about how to discover your voice in 3 simple steps so that you, number 1, can build a big old brand. So number 2, you can attract the big dogs, the big fish into your network marketing opportunity. And number 3, so you can build a big business, because at the end of the day, are we not here to make some money and to make an impact? If you agree with those things, drop a number 1. Let's start the comments going here. Let's see what we got hopping on here. Mike, what up, dog? Good to see you. Let's see if I can open this up here. We'll see the comments as they start coming in here, guys. But I want to dive right into the content. I'm really super excited, and I want to start with a story from the ride home, from the Elite Marketing Pros No Excuses Summit, which is this past weekend in Las Vegas. First off, drop one of these woo-woo emojis if you were in Vegas, baby, for the No Excuses Summit here last weekend. Because I tell you what, if you didn't, you got to get there next year. And here, so I want to make sure that you have enough advance notice so that we can't come up with any excuses. Because again, remember, this is called the No Excuses Summit. The No Excuses Summit 10, the 10th anniversary of that bad boy, is going to be May 30th through June 2nd next year. So everyone write it down. May 30th through June 2nd at the M Hotel, Spa Hotel Casino. It was awesome. Did everybody enjoy that? Was that not a beautiful, beautiful hotel? I tell you what, I enjoyed it. It was freezing inside and it was smoking hot outside, and it was just a great mix of time to be able to meet all of our friends from the internet, glean some wonderful wisdom and nuggets from all the speakers. I tell you what, every single speaker was on point. If you were at the No Excuses Summit and if you got a nugget or something, drop I love that money bag emoji, man. If you're getting some mad nuggets that are going to help you make some money in your business, go ahead and drop that emoji in the comments section. But I was coming home from the No Excuses Summit. What day did we fly home? I flew home early Tuesday. And so I like to wear this t-shirt here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says, "Don't criticize my swag, find yours," okay? And on the back, let's see, is it the shoulder? Yeah, it says, #swag, right? And I got this shirt from Grant Cardone. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not, but he's kind of an edgy sales trainer. He knows about real estate. He knows about sales. And the guy's got a little hitch in his giddy up, right? The guy's got some swag. And so I'm like, well, I need to get some more swag in my life, so I might as well wear a shirt that says, hey, find some swag. And so people were making comments in the airport. I don't know why, but it's like sometimes you're going to get some haters in your life. People are like, oh, swag, blah, 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 And so I was like, whatever, let people talk. So that happened like 2 or 3 times in the airport, and then even getting off the plane by one of the flight attendants. So I'm like, you have yourself a great day. Just kill them with kindness, right? So anyway, I was walking out of Detroit Metropolitan Airport, and I was looking to get the U.S. Park. I parked off-site, and there's this little bus comes and pick me up. And this lady's got this big smile on her face. And she says, I love your T-shirt. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm like, I kind of told her about Grant Cardone. I said, really, it should say, like, hashtag shy or hashtag introvert, because really by nature, I'm totally an introvert. Like Ray Higdon always says, I'm learning to kind of turn it on when I need to, like if I need to become social during a daily dose of awesome. But when I need to recharge, I totally go off and be by myself. And that's really kind of the definition of an introvert. How do you recharge? You recharge kind of by yourself. And but I told her, I'm like, it really should say like hashtag shy. And she was laughing, and she's like, well, where are you coming from? And I told her I was coming from Vegas, and I was super excited because I got a chance to get around some phenomenal entrepreneurs who have vision. And I told her a little bit about online marketing and whatnot. And she told me a story, and I want to kick this Daily Dose of Awesome off with a little bit of a story here. She told me a story of her son. And she told me that her son kind of did what he had to do to provide for his family, right? He got a job, and she said that he was offered money that he couldn't refuse. And so what happened is he ended up building this big custom home, I think it was on a lake. He had land, he had all the toys, he had all this sort of stuff. He had a pond, I know, and then he stocked the pond with bass, right? Now, wouldn't that be fired up to be able to like have enough money, buy a pond, stock that pond with bass? Is there any fishermen out there that would love that? If you're a fisherman out there, find like a fishing pole emoji or like a fish or something. Drop that in the comments if you love doing that kind of stuff. But the lady said, well, guess who taught her son how to fish? And I was like, do tell. And she said, I did. And the reason why she said that she did is because her son, the boy's father, was always gone chasing the almighty dollar. And now while he was doing what he should do to provide for his family, what he was doing was he was missing out on the true success, right? In my humble opinion, is the relationships and the ability to know your spouse and to know your kids and to spend that quality time. Does anybody agree with that? If anybody agrees with that, drop a like, drop a love, drop a wow face. Let me know if you were agreeing with that. Maybe like a hashtag agree or something like that. And then the story got even really, it got way more tragic. She goes, and then what happened is just a couple years later, after I taught his young son how to fish and everything, his wife actually died of breast cancer. And I was like, really? And so what happened is he missed out on that time with his beautiful bride, with his wife. And it's like, we're not promised tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're really, really not. And it's like, today really matters. That's why it's called the present, right? It's a gift from God, in my humble opinion. And it's like, we need to take advantage of today and live in today. And so, and I told her, I said, you know what you just told me, and I started to relate to my U.S. park driver. I said, the reason why I do what I do, the reason that I go out and I build a business is because I want to bring families together, because I want to be able to inspire other men to not only just chase the dollar, which there's nothing wrong with going for monetary success. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if you could do it where you could leverage systems? What if you could do it by leveraging the internet and social media and learning skill sets to be able to do these things professionally, to be able to do it because you wanna, not because you have to. Does that make sense? And we kind of had a conversation. Thanks for the likes and the love, guys. And you know what happened? It gives me goosebumps when I talk about that. And I get excited and I get emotional because this is where I started to find my voice, okay? So today we're talking about how to discover your voice. And I want to give you 3 tips on how to discover your voice. And she told me, she goes, you know what? She goes, you have some swag. And I go, you know what? It shouldn't say don't criticize my swag, find yours. It should say, don't criticize my purpose, find yours. Hashtag purpose, okay? And that, to me, is what I want to help you guys do, is find your purpose, find the reason that'll get you out of bed and put a little hitch in your giddy up and maybe get out of your introvertness, if that's even a word, and to get out there and, as everyone in the Elite Marketing Pro staff says, step into your greatness, because it is in there, and I can't wait to start seeing it from each and every one of you watching this Daily Dose of Awesome today. So let me get into some tips. We are about halfway through here. Tip number 1 to discovering your voice is get vulnerable. Write that down, get vulnerable, because Dr. Jim, in the beginning, and I still struggle with this to a certain extent, is I was very surface level. Like, I was like, all right, I got to provide value, so I'm going to talk about blogging, or I'm going to talk about the best capture page to do, or and I focused on tactics. And now there is nothing wrong with tactics, and you got to learn the techie side, and you got to learn the tactics stuff aside. That doesn't connect with too many people. Like, that stuff doesn't hook anybody, right? People, it's funny, my best engaging videos when I do them to my fan page have my kids sneaking in the background. Like, I know Whit and Carrie Hyam, like Whit's always like pushing his son into the closet. He says that, by the way, not me, but you know what I mean? Like, and that's interactive, and that shows that you're a real person. So if you get vulnerable, and if you can let people know that, like, you don't have it all figured out, like I definitely don't have it all figured out. I stumble all over my words constantly. I get baloney pits before I go and do videos or speak in front of a crowd. Like, that stuff is normal. And when you're vulnerable, and when you let people know that you're not perfect and that it's okay, then people are going to want to connect with you more. And thanks a lot for the loves, guys, man. That is super, super true. Does anyone get afraid or have some fear before they hop on to do a Facebook Live? If you ever feel like that, then drop like a emoji. I know I'm like emoji crazy today, but you know, like that guy that's like this, like, ee! Like, that's how I feel sometimes before a Facebook Live. But one of the things that I realized that you can do to get over that fear of hopping on live is to remember to be others focused, right? If you can be others focused, then what are you worried about? There's no reason to be baloney pitting. See, I got to get out of my own head, and you probably have to get out of your own head saying, man, I'm here to serve, I'm here to deliver value, and what's to be worried about, right? Ain't no big thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string, right? At Burger King. Burger King's probably not that good to eat, so don't do that. Anyway, get vulnerable. Emotion's good. People want to connect with you. People want to know you on a deeper level. I want to make sure I hit all my notes here. Oh, here's one thing. Stand for something, dude. Don't be vanilla and don't play the middle of the road, right? Polarizing is good. And the best way to create polarization the right way, and I learned this from Misha Wilson at the No Excuses Summit. So again, if you weren't at the No Excuses Summit, I'm trying to make you feel guilty for not getting this information, try to guilt you into going next year. What Misha said, and again, Misha does like $1 million a month, right? Like the guy's got a little bit of results in his life. He said the best way to provide polarity the right way is to stand against something and really drive home what you stand against. So what he stands against, and I agree with like all these things, he stands against get rich quick. He stands against flashing cash online. He stands against saying that the system's going to do all the work for you. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with having a system backing you, but you got to know that you're going to have to do some stinking work, right? To say that everything's going to be 100% automated and you're never going to have to build any relationships, you're dreaming, right? He stands against refunders because refunders kind of suck, especially ones who will take the information, absorb it, and then refund. That's dumb. And then he stands against blaming the system for a lack of results, and then he stands against laziness. So if you guys stand against any of that stuff, drop like a 5 in the comments, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Drop a 5 in the comments if you stand against that stuff. And here's the thing. What that's going to do is that's going to repel all the people that like to flash cash. It's going to repel all the people that want to get rich quick or have the system do every single stinking thing for them, or those refunders. You're going to repel those dudes. So that's awesome. Okay. Whew. Tip number 2 to developing your voice is going to be to get passionate. I tend to spit and yell a little bit, and you know you're passionate about your subject matter if your energy comes alive, right? Like if you can think of things that you know maybe give you a little bit of righteous anger, or that really inspires you before you hop on and do a Facebook Live, man, that's going to come out of your eyeballs, man. People are going to be like, holy cow, this guy believes, or this gal believes in what they're doing. And that is the coolest thing to do, is to have that kind of floating around in your head and then deliver on that. So what gives you goosebumps? Spend some time, find out what gives you goosebumps. When I talk about bringing dads home and bringing families together and having that male role model in the home, that gives me goosebumps. When I think about inspiring other people to want to be their best and to live success daily, that gives me goosebumps. What is it for you? You know, or again, what elicits a little bit of righteous anger? Like for me, what makes me ticked off is old school network marketers who continue to insist that online network marketing is wrong or bad, or that we don't build relationships online. That stuff kind of ticks me off. And if it ticks you off too, maybe that'll give you a little bit of swag to when you deliver your Facebook Lives. Am I like yelling? If I'm yelling at you, I apologize. Getting fired up. All right, tip number 3. Give value and show up consistently. Consistency, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely the key. So your voice is going to become kind of unearthed, right? Like if you're looking for like a fossil or something, you're like slowly like dust it off and you're going to slowly find it over time. You may not know it right away. And so you're going to have to kind of just do it and suck in the beginning and just keep showing up, because I wasn't spitting at my computer the very first video that I did, I can tell you that. And I did a Facebook Live every day for a year before I was like, oh, okay, now I'm kind of starting to feel comfortable. And then I, kind of pared it down a little bit strategically. But you're going to have to do it long enough to get good at it. And your voice will be unearthed. And again, you're going to gain confidence the more you communicate. Public speaking is one of the most frightening things. Is anyone afraid of speaking in public, like in front of a group? If you're afraid to speak in front of a group, drop a number 7. Like I was asked to speak at the No Excuses Summit during this little meet and greet breakfast thing. And I was standing up there with some powerhouse people, a Whit and Carrie Heim, a Tracy Chalmers. Like these people are phenomenal. They got huge results. They're awesome mentors. And I went last. And I'm like sitting there again, baloney pitting out, probably because I was focusing too much on how I was nervous and stuff. But I still get nervous before I speak in front of people, whether it be a Facebook Live even sometimes, or definitely in front of a group. Conquers fear. Does anybody know what conquers fear? It's from The Magic of Thinking Big, Dr. David Schwartz. Action, baby! Action conquers fear, absolutely. And I tell you what, you will gain confidence the more you engage with your community. You just got to do it, man. Just like Michael Jordan says, just do it. Last tip under tip number 3 is your audience is going to fuel your fire. Okay, your audience is going to fuel your fire. So as you start engaging with your audience, as you start to build an audience, and as you start to gain interaction, And again, it doesn't happen in the beginning. It kind of happens over time. What happens is they start to give you questions. They start to ask things of you, and they start to help you to give them what they need, right? And that is the sweet sauce. That is really where the magic starts to happen, where you can gain some really good insights, and you can start to discover your voice. So let me just recap here. And let me see. I don't, you know, these they are a whole bunch of replay. I didn't see any of these comments coming in. I'm a total knucklehead. Let me take just a really quick minute here to acknowledge some people. I see Ray. I see Brian. I see Kristen, Jan. Fist bump there. Michael, what is going on? Lori, Debbie, I see ya. I see who else do I see? I see a Chuck. Man, I got a bunch of people on there. I got a whole bunch of, will respond to these comments later. I was not following along my bad day. Like, they're piling up, but I didn't see a darn one of them. I see a Norm. Anyway, there's like 19 of y'all on here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me just recap real quick. Tip number one to kind of discovering your voice so that you can build a big business, land a big fish, and make some big money is, number one, you got to get vulnerable. You got to let people in your life. And the sooner you do that, the sooner you get away from being surface level and just focusing on tactics and really getting into what your passions are and what you're trying to do to accomplish in this world, the quicker you're going to attract the right people into your tribe. Tip number two, get passionate about it. And if you really are honest with yourself in what you're doing and who you're trying to inspire, then the passion is going to naturally start to come. You're going to gain more confidence, and you're going to be able to deliver that. And number three, just give value and show up consistently. Consistency is the key. Show up if you can about the same time, whatever days you decide to show up. If you show up every day, awesome. If you show up every third day, awesome. Try to show up at the same time so people can expect you to show up. Because guess what? People only do business with those that they know, like. And the big one is the trust. And if you're a here again, on again, off again leader, and if they don't trust you, that's probably why the tribe isn't showing up. So did you guys get value during this daily dose of awesome? If you got value, drop the sunglasses dude again, or put a hashtag value in the box. If you're coming in here later, put hashtag replay. I know this is way at the end of the video. See, I screwed up. I should have put that in the beginning of the video, but next time I'll put it at the beginning of the video. So anyway, I've enjoyed sharing with you guys. I'm a little bit over the 15 minutes here. Just know that we are here in the Elite Marketing Pro community every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Head over to EliteMarketingPro.com and fill your cup, man. There is so much information at that website, EliteMarketingPro.com. Blogs, information. Get over there and mark your stinking calendars. Dr. Jim said so. May 30th through June 2nd, 2019. No Excuses Summit 10. I'm going to be there. I want to meet you in person. I look forward to speaking with you guys again in the very, very near future. Again, I've enjoyed sharing with you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the 4th of July weekend. Take care, and God bless you.